we defend the land we conquered. Back in high command, I don't wanna be the only driver. Settle down today, we'll find a way to run towards what we have made. Take my hand and drive tonight. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight.
G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. Chat's going off. I think this is the busiest pre-stream chat that I've had. So congratulations to all the chatters. I got a new coffee machine. Can we show the coffee with it? I guess it just still looks like coffee, doesn't it? So yeah, that's the highlight of my life. Oh, you might even be able to see. Anyway, over there is my coffee machine from work, and I brought it home to see if we would use it at home. And as soon as my missus tasted it, she was like, "We have to get one for home now." So that's my life story. G'day post-stream viewers first. You guys are the bomb. Yeah, so we got. Sorry guys, I'm going to be coughing through this. So if you don't know, I got sick again. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. G'day Collaboration, g'day G-Snap, g'day Steve, g'day Craig, g'day AAA, g'day Blake. I don't know why I'm getting so close to the screen. I think that's everyone. You guys are going mad. How is everyone? Blake always loves my Darty tunes. So, oh, I'm sorry guys. I'm actually feeling better. Just the cough won't shake itself. I must watch Blake's latest release. Good Tank Mates. I wonder if it's like I kind of, when I saw that he made that video, I was like, I wonder if they're all like genuinely good tank mates, or whether he threw in like a quirky one that would be like hit and miss. G'day John, how are you? Sorry I missed last week's live. I didn't actually realise it was Friday. So do you guys get that thing when you're on holiday and then you just don't even know that you're meant to be doing things? And then like Craig messaged me at like 10 to 5 and he was like, "Are you going live today?" And I was like, "Oh shit, like I'm in the middle of something." I didn't even realise it was Friday. But yeah, that's why I wasn't live, just because I forgot what day it was. I got a few videos up my sleeve too, so hopefully that eases next week. So like I've got a cruisy week back at work and also a cruisy week back into videos. So spaced out, I forget what day it is. Swallowing razor blades. Yeah. Oh fuck, like that's not good. I don't know. I've been sick pretty much close to back since the borders opened. Or like, yeah, since like, but I don't know, because at the same time as that started, my kids started going to childcare. So obviously I'm going to get sick more because of childcare. But a bit of background of my health, like I got the flu like once in like 8 years or something crazy. Like it's a big turnaround for me. Chicken pox, what? Oh, not good, mate. But one thing is my fish have been healthier than ever. Do you know what's funny? Hang on, let me try to think what fish have died. No, I can't think of anything catastrophic. Oh, I lost a female that I bred. But do you know what's funny? Like, My fish are probably the healthiest they've ever been. And like, I don't know, I think it's literally because I haven't been buying as many fish, so there's less introductions of disease or anything. Oh, there's a bit of a, how you going? I honestly think there's less introduction of disease into my fish room. Like the only ones I've got in there are the Viha. They're new. I got flowerhorn fry from my mate Zach, but I 100% trust anything that I bring from his house. Basically, his genetics are all my genetics anyway. And like, if he's got disease, it's most likely already in my tanks because of how much we swap fish. But and then the only other one is the Argenta, which are inside the house. So I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Do you find that establishing a fish room at the start there, you get a lot more disease because you're bringing in lots of new fish? Then once your fish room's established and you're not really adding new fish? Oh, I was thinking about buying a pair of Epistos. Alright, so you guys can be the judge actually. I think the members' PayPal has got a bit of money in it, so half of the live stream viewers are members. Anyway, Epistogramma, Borelli, blue yellow, pair, but it's one big green note. I don't know. I'm thinking about A, I would like 2 pair or trio, but there's only 1 pair, and B, what's a $100 bill called? Is it a Franklin or something? Anyway, I don't know. You can't pay in 50 a fish. What do you guys reckon? I don't know what Epistos are worth, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that the price that I've been offered would be decent because I get bloody looked after by some certain fish stores. No, I remember, Blake, I did buy some Epistos. I do have 2 pair of Episto. I can't remember what they are. I've got it written down, but they're like a white body with the red fins, like complete white body. And they're just chilling. But the plan was to have all 3 of those tanks. I basically I got some Epistos from a certain wholesaler and they weren't healthy. I could have chased it up and said, hey, but like, I had got them for the wholesale price. There was no profits from the person who got them for me, and I just felt like I was a nuisance by following it up. So I should have got new fish, and I didn't. And anyway, I've got 1 pair. Should be 80 to 90. $30 or $40 each. Yeah, I did think the price was a little high. But I guess you've got to take into account I live in a city that is in the middle of nowhere, so it'd be like $30 East Coast price plus you got to cover the freight to the store. I think like the way the shop works, like you guys know, yeah, like obviously Korean Pet Central is a channel sponsor, and then there's also Morley Aquariums. He's not a channel sponsor, but he's always looked after me. But I think it depends. So he's got the fish in store, so he'll knock a bit off the store price. But if I order a fish through him, he would do it even cheaper, if that makes sense. Maybe I should just go into the store and have a look, see what the pair looks like. He's got Borelli. So like Borelli, what's the other one? Opal and Borelli yellow blue look pretty bloody similar. John gets his from Blackwater Aquariums in Sydney. Yeah, see, I probably could, but the shipping would outweigh what it costs for me to get it from local stores. I don't really need more fish, but I don't even really care about spending too much money on them. Like, $100 is $100, but it's $100 and there's a 2-foot tank on the wall which has got a flower horn cull in it that I need to cull anyway. And I guess like if I bought the Apistos, it would be a good excuse to cull the fish that's in there. But then also, like, if I cull the fish that's in there, I could put a nicer flower horn in there. I made a bit of a mistake with the flower horn, guys. I guess I'll talk about it on here. I thought about doing a video on it, I don't know. Let me know what you think. But yeah, John, we have to pay extra than that because we've got the stupid quarantine shit. But anyway, so if you cast your mind back probably 6 months to a year, I had a batch of flower horns. It was like 30% white eyes and 70% red eyes. And I culled all the red eyes, every one, and I only kept the white eyes. So it was a smallish batch. Then I reduced it by only keeping 30%, but I didn't cull the bad white eyes. I kept all the white eyes. And now I've put myself in this situation. When the fish are bigger, it's harder to cull them mentally for me. When they're smaller, and a bigger group, I find it much easier to cull them. And then, yeah, so my point is, I've grown these white eyes out, holding on to the fact that they are white-eyed and neglecting the fact that they're low-quality fish. And so now the problem is, I've just got to bite the bullet and cull a heap of flower horns that are like 5 centimeters, 6 centimeters, because I made a mistake in keeping them, and now that, like, I'm just digging myself a deeper hole, because the bigger they get, the harder I find it to cull them. And like, you think about, I've just got so fixated on the fact that they had white eyes that I needed to keep them. So yeah, that's what I'm going through at the moment. I actually did a TikTok, and it was like putting a fish in the freezer, and I took it down because I realised how inhumane it was. So I put the TikTok up. Within like 5 minutes, it got like 20 comments saying that freezing a fish is inhumane, and then I didn't know that. So like, I thought freezing a fish was pretty peaceful, and then I like looked it up, and it turns out freezing the fish is like one of the worst things you can do as far as culling the fish. So I'm going to get some clove oil. I don't know if I'll do I might do a TikTok on it, because it's like, I don't know. Nah, I probably won't. It's a bad idea, really, killing fish on TikTok. Do you reckon it's worth a few generations of not selecting for one thing or another? So I think like F1, I should be selecting for the things, the fish that have the most traits that I want. And then if there's one missing, try and select that in the next batch. Whereas I've selected for one trait and ignored most of the other traits. The main one at the moment is I ignored like the long slender fish. If you notice, like, high quality flower horns are a shorter body. Not short body flower horns, just like full size flower horns, but like say a rectangle, whereas like the lower quality ones would be like, what's that shape? It's like, I don't know, four-sided shape with three different sizes sides. Anyway, yeah, so it's definitely an eye-opener. But so the problem with flower horns, right, is there's so little information on what to select for. It's crazy. Like the only thing I can do to select is like other local breeders, learn from them. There's a guy, he's not old, he's not much older than me. Well, I guess that's kind of old, but there's a guy that used to be around Flower Horn Den. I would love to just sit down and have lunch with him one day. He kind of came in out as I came into Flower Horn, so I bought a couple of fish off him at one stage, but I never actually sat down and learnt from him. But G-Snap's invested in the concerned about the single survivor in the IBC. I can't believe it, like, what the hell? I can't believe there is one single survivor in the IBC. That tank would have been like 15 degrees, 16 degrees, like midwinter. And it's so tiny, like you can tell it hasn't had food. Craig says my culls are better than what you see local. Yeah, it's so funny, like the quality gap between like in-store flower horns and private breeder flower horns is so big. I think like there is a chance, so like you'll get like the odd person sell their culls to a store or like a wholesaler, and I actually have seen like a couple of good fish pop up from the store-bought flower horns. So I think buying a store one is like the lottery. You've got like or maybe, what's a higher chance than the lottery? Playing bingo. Like you've got like a 1 in 60 chance of getting a decent one. What I'm getting at is when you make guppies by chance. Yeah, Blake, so I get what you're saying. So I did that with my Magma line, if you remember. I bred the F2 pair that I bred. They weren't the highest quality fish from the group. It just happened that I accidentally bred a pair in a tank. The girl, well, I didn't accidentally. I had a pair together, and it was simply because they were getting along, and like that they had knocked the divider over, so I just left them together. Anyway, point of the story: the F2 pair I bred was not great, which led to the F3. But I did pick out one Perla girl out of the F3, so now I've got F4, and I guess, well, as this F4 grows, it might be true to that testament. Like, I know one generation I didn't pick the best parents, so F4 could be true to that, the fact that we might get some banger fish in the F4. If you've been following the flower horns, I think you kind of have, Craig, but so if you looked at the flower horns on Gumtree 2 years ago, granted they were more expensive, but there was a heap of banger fish on there, and that was freshly after the imports came in. And then now it's been like 2 years since. All of the flower horns have dropped in quality heaps, and it's because people don't know how to select, and a lot of those imports went to cashed up newbies that didn't know how to select, and unfortunately what it led to is some pretty B grade fish, and there's a name getting thrown around at the moment. I guess I'll just say it. So Fat Boy Flowerhorn line, you'll see the name getting thrown around, and I've seen some shitty fish and people claiming that they're Fat Boy, and it's just like they're either not even anything to do with that line, or people have bred the quality straight out of it. But yeah, guppies would be exactly the same. It would only take like what's a guppy I know, like purple Moscow guppies. I feel like you could breed the quality out of them in like 2 generations. Yeah, but I don't know. I've never line bred guppies. Cooper's having a bit of a sad time by the sounds of it. Yeah, then people breed. So I kind of did exactly that, Craig. So when the imports came in, I bought a boy and a girl. They both ended up being boys. I didn't have cash money to buy a girl, so I used one of the girls I had, and the girl that I used was I wouldn't say low grade. She was high grade Australian, and then I mixed her with a medium grade overseas. And yeah, so now I'm up to generation F4, and I'm chasing my tail, still trying to get that line back to the quality of the dad, because at the time I didn't have the same quality girl to breed with him. And yeah, it's just a mini man's. I think I could hear the missus preparing his dinner, so he's like, give me the food now, bitch. Oh, this room's pretty hot, guys. I should have some absolutely banger Flowerhorn coming through, but like banger. We'll see. I was looking at my Flowerhorns, and I was like, oh yeah, the pair of bred's really nice. And then I was trying to get a nice photo of this boy, and I didn't get a very good photo because it's not the whole fish. But then I was looking through the photos, and I was like, look how fanned his tail is and how wrapped his fins are. Like, his tail end is mint. And it's funny, just scrolling through photos, I was like getting excited to myself, like, what's this pair going to bring? There's like, I don't know, photos are cool. And then like, I think it's a pretty cool fish, to be honest. He just doesn't have a monster cock, but I reckon it's pretty cool. Believe it or not, that fish there was actually a cull. Someone we know classed as a cull and gave it to another friend of mine, and it turned into that. What photo? I was trying to find you a photo of another Flowerhorn. And like, I was thinking this guy's pretty low grade. And then I had like a good look at him, and it's like his tail's a bit closed there, but he does have a nice full tail. He's got a real square body, nice short face. Like, he's actually like a really good base to like breed from. And then I was like, I got to look into his parents, and then I looked at this photo and I was like, oh, that's his parents. And then I was like, well, look how stocky that boy is, and look at the girl, she's stocky too. And I all of a sudden realised that one of my best fish that's an absolute asset to me is a fish that I've been sleeping on. But I guess that sometimes you just got to look at photos and look at the history of the bloodline and realise, like, I've got the potential to make some banger fish. Flowerhorns can't be imported. That's why that was like a one-hit thing. Like, it was like they came in, they're legal to import. They came in, high risk, high reward. Then the price drops and the reward is less, but the risk is still the same. So they don't get imported again. And then over the next 10 years, or the last one time was 10 years, the reward goes back up, and then somebody thinks that that's enough reward for the risk, and then someone imports again, and it's just a cycle. The little baby fish are going real well. The Richard's not doing well. I don't know what to do. He's pretty old, but like, he doesn't look sick, but he's definitely not happy. I could try worm him, but I don't know if it would really do anything. I think maybe I'll do that, but I don't know, like, trying to think how old he is. I don't think he's old in fish years, but I think he's pretty old in flowerhorn years. I think he would be 4 years old. He's definitely the oldest flowerhorn I've had, personally. No, I haven't sold all the Africans yet. I was thinking about advertising my white lip colony this week. I feel bad selling the white lips. They came from Jason at Perth Cichlids. And they were the last colony he had when he shut his fish room down. So they've kind of got a little bit of a sentimental value. Pretty much every fish I've got in the fish room, I can make an excuse for why I don't want to sell it. I need a Buccochromis male or sell the girls. I thought I had one male. Remember, I had a catastrophic failure of a Zis airstone and I lost like 30 Buccochromis. I think it might have been 17. I might be exaggerating. Anyway, the 5 or 6 that survived, they're all girls. G'day, Maddie. How are you? Other Africans, the Hirte, is it Protomellus Hirte? I'm trying to feed them up and breed them to send some fry to a mate. I've thought about sending him the adults, but I think they might be a bit too big to ship. Well, I could ship them, but it would be one fish per bag, so it would be like a 3-box shipment. When are we getting live in the fish room? Maybe next week. I say that every time, don't I? I thought about doing it today, but I honestly don't feel up to it. I still feel pretty lethargic. Hopefully I feel better by Monday. Got to go back to work. I noticed, Craig, you've had a few lives going. That day that I streamed, I was on such a high. Like, So I just randomly started streaming. The pair lays on camera. I got some 4K footage on my camera, and of her actually laying the eggs. And then I went to Rufus in concert, and then I came home and watched the other pair lay at like midnight. What a day. G'day Biggies, how are you? I don't know who else I've missed. G'day Mark, how are you? I'm good at missing the comments, aren't I? I think I finished my coffee. I do this every time I make a coffee. I always look for the coffee after it's gone. Oh. Craig, are you saying we got to see your experience? Yeah, like you got to be there. It was pretty cool. Oh shit, that's not good. You're sick as well. Yeah, it's good when you get like a group of babies. Well, obviously, like you guys know, when I threw the flower horn pair together about 2 months ago, maybe a bit less. I don't even know if I did it on video. I don't even know if I was making vlogs. I don't think so. And I just threw a pair together, and luckily they bred like pretty stress free. And then after they bred, the male killed the girl, and that's just because I was being so blasé about breeding them. But just having those eggs in the fish room and having to water change them daily, having to like siphon out the infertile eggs, like that, just eggs got me back into the mojo. And then next minute, at the moment, I've got 5 batches of flower horns that are all under 3 months old at the moment. It's going to get a bit full. Oh, you did a live stream New Year's Eve. That sucks. Well, the live stream doesn't suck, the illness. I didn't even bother doing a COVID test this time. I didn't see the point. So, I was a bit coffee and snotty leading up to New Year's Eve, so a couple of days before, and then New Year's Eve, is it the Friday, I felt fine, like the cough was clearing, and then I went riding New Year's Eve. I went at like 4:30 in the morning because so to beat the heat, I was home by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it just hit me then, and I was rooted, and I thought I was just tired from riding, and then I went out for New Year's. I didn't drink at all. I think I had 1 vodka soda water, and then I woke up New Year's Day and I felt like shit. I literally felt like hungover, and I was kind of thinking to myself, what's the point in not drinking if I'm just going to feel so shit? I should have just drank as well. Yeah, so Craig, what were you saying about whiptails? The fry are quite hard to keep alive. Whiptails have been quite a fascinating fish for me, but I've never really dove into them. So weird thing about where I am, if you test positive, legally you don't have to isolate anymore. It's so bizarre. Man, it's hot in here. Can you see, that's not makeup, that's sweat. I didn't shine myself up for the live stream. Are they baby whiptails? I should jump on one of your streams and have a gander myself. Are they, do they look like whiptails when they're that small? I know like baby discus don't look like discus until they're like 1 centimetre plus. Oh, a few bigger breeders that said they can't even keep them alive. I can probably... Hang on. Mute tab. Craig's catfish. Oh, I'm not even subscribed. What a dick. Watch us hatch. Oh, that's 5 days ago. Damn. I was going to try and like replay your live stream and have a look at the babies, but I think 5 days is too long ago, hey? No isolation Australia-wide except for NT. Workplace to coding their own requirements, saying stay home. Praying to take... you're hoping to get back to work Wednesday, is that what you mean? Fuck, you've been trying for 3 years. That's hectic. -1C. How do you keep the fish tanks warm? Obviously heaters, I guess, but do you have to run... So like, you know how there's the recommendation like 1 watt per litre, or we obviously in litres here, so we do 1 watt per litre, so a 300 watt heater for a 300 litre tank. Do you have to like double that? Cooper! 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 Come here! I'll get up. He's not coming. No. Come here! Come on! Come here! You can almost see him. Can you see? Oh, he's not coming. Cooper! No, he's too interested in the bath. I don't remember what I was saying. That's alright, we can talk about various things. Come here! Come here! Here! High five! Come here! You're right. Say hello. Why are you so wet? Say hi. Wave. Hi. Get down, Jack. Say wave. Hi. He's looking at himself. Yeah, how do we make this bigger? Look. There you go. Who's that? Who's that? Alright. I'll let you down. Oh. Yeah, he's getting big. He just flies by, hey. He's been sick, the poor little fella. He said, blah, blah, Dad. He's sort of like trying to copy what you say now, but not really. Everything's just duh at the moment. Time for another one. Yeah, right. I've got to get over the PTSD first. He was sleeping real well and I was like, oh, it's not too bad. And then he got sick and, man, there was the week between Christmas and New Year's. I don't think he slept for more than like an hour and a half at once. In consecutively. It was pretty much like back when he was a newborn. It was hectic. And then me and my missus were both sick. I think the one thing like they don't tell you about before you have a baby is when you get sick, they're still there. You can't pause the baby while you recover. How have you been, Maddie? I haven't heard from you for a while. So, I still got your Shelleys there, and I guess I'll tell everybody this story. So, if anybody's noticed, I've got little PVC pipes in the lids of the fish tank, and I drop the food in. And I'm like, man, the Shelleys are looking pretty skinny. I wonder why. Like, I've been feeding them, and then I drop the food in. I was like, I might watch to see if they eat. And I drop the food in, and I'm like, oh, there's no food coming out of the bottom. And the pipe had dropped too low, and it was like touching the water, and the food had stuck to the sides. And when I was sprinkling the food in the hole, it wasn't actually going into the tank. So I'm trying to fatten them back up. After Belle had COVID, I wiped the whole place over with bleach. Bleach, not beach. I got the starlet running good, guys, if anybody's interested in that. I threw some bigger injectors in it, and I fixed a wire, so I don't know if I've said it on my YouTube, but the car's been running like shit between like 30% throttle and 80% throttle. So you'd have to drive it like 20% throttle, and then if you wanted to give it herbs, you had to go straight to 100. You couldn't drive it. You couldn't slowly throttle down to 100. And I figured out why. The person who had it before me, the throttle position sensor wire, they had snapped it off in the plug, and I didn't pick up on it when I put the ECU in the car. And when I had it plugged into the computer one day, I recorded a log on the laptop, and I noticed that the throttle position was at 0 for the whole pull. And yeah, it's just because the guy that had it before me I don't know why I would have done it, but yeah, snapped. One of the pins was half snapped off, so I had to like drop a wire in there, try get some solder down into it, and wedge the soldering iron, melt the plastic a little bit just to get some solder onto the pin. But yeah, it's quick now. So I put 330cc injectors. How funny is this? So a Toyota Supra 2JZ, the stock injectors from the non-turbo one fit straight into a Starlet. So I got second-hand injectors for $50, and I didn't even have to change the plugs. They went straight in. Anyway, and then I thought I'd have to retune it, because I've been playing with the tune and got it pretty good. I thought I'd have to retune it with the big injectors, but all I did was turn the fuel pressure down and then turn the boost up, and it runs perfect. So yeah, now it's on 12 psi instead of 7 psi. So on 7 psi, it was the same speed as an XR5 turbo. So on 12, I think it would be close to keeping up with the G6, but the G6 has got the 6-speed auto, which like makes it pretty bloody quick. So, but it's not even about going fast in the Starlet really. It's just about being rowdy. Yeah, Craig saw the dash post. I've seen people running up to 18 psi on the where is the photo? Video captures. There we go. I managed to get a video. So it does worry me a little bit. When you stomp it, it spikes at like 13, 14 psi, and then it drops back to like 11. But yeah, it's a little ripper. I washed it yesterday, the first time since I've had it, and the water was white, so the paint's literally chalking off the car. I know it's only a Starlet, but I want to put some product on it so it doesn't just rust out. The Charades are cool too. They're only a 3-cylinder, hey? I feel like, so a Charade was like the car person's daily. Like, that was the swag car to have. And now that they've got that rare, then it became the Toyota Starlet was like the swag car person's daily. And then I think even now, like, Starlets have got too expensive, so I don't even know what the car person's daily is at the moment. Does anybody know? I was kind of thinking about trying to get a set of like Stancy JDM style wheels, like a 5-spoker. What are they called? Like RPF ones? RPF1. You can tell I watched. No, that, yeah. Anyway, I think it would look cool with like a bronze 5-spoke wheel on it. But yeah, I can't remember. The hard part is finding the stud pattern. I think it's 4 times 100. Yeah, Craig, we've all got those cars that we wish we never sold. That's like now, like, I kind of want to sell the Starlet and make bank on it, but I know I'll regret selling it big time. I got the Gemini, so that's kind of like, I had the VL Commodore. The Gemini is kind of like my miniature version of what I used to have, kind of thing. G'day George, how are you? Summer Nuts is on at the moment, hey? That'd be cool to be there. I seen one of the West Aussie boys took his car over and blew the transmission up in a little test burnout before the show even started. I wonder how much it costs to get your car there and back. Just the freight. You don't see Geminis no more. No, you don't. I thought about taking mine back to stock, but it's just too far gone. It's too chopped up to try and repair. So it was chopped up when I bought it, and then I chopped it up even more. Do you know what's crazy? Like, you hardly see SS's on the road anymore here, like of any type. Like even like you don't see many like VE, VF SS's. Like the G6E Turbo, I don't see many of them. Like the thing with the G6E, it's only a production car for like I think 4 or 6 years, and then there was a fair few made, but they were a powerful car with a single slip diff, which is just like a recipe for disaster in the rain. So be interesting to know how many G6E turbos are written off. And I do remember when we were looking to buy it, there was only ever like 1 or 2 for sale at a time, and we were like watching the market for months. And the one we bought, we jumped on it like real quick, and that was like 5 years ago maybe. Was it 5 years we've had the G6? Yeah, I think it's 5 years, like as of like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I think, I don't know, do you see a lot of G6E turbos over the other side of Australia? There's that much steel in the older cars, like they don't have to drop very far to be worth money crushing, hey? I've only ever been in 1 or 2 Tiranas. From what I heard, Tiranas, but they're a real sketchy car when you put some power into them. Like they didn't drive well at speed. It's interesting. I'm getting to that age now where the cars that were cool when I got my license are starting to disappear. Like I picked up a VL Bellina factory 5 litre manual with a 383 stroker for, I think I paid $7,000 for it. If you could even find one now, I think you wouldn't get any change from $40,000. Like factory 5 litre. I don't know, it's crazy. I was kind of thinking about selling the Starlet and selling the Gemini and then buying a TC Gemini Coupe. Because I think, obviously the missus has got the XK Falcon. If I got the TC Gemini Coupe, the 2 cars would be they'd still be like 18 years apart, but they would sort of be in a more similar era, both, and like we could go to the car cruises or like car shows together. Cortina wagon would be cool. I had a Gemini TC wagon, and I had it stored at a mate's farm, and his brother and mates all smashed it up with baseball bats when they were drunk one night having a party. That's depressing. Seen like one of my friends restored a Gemini. It's called a gypsy van. It's a red gypsy van, and he sold that for like 32 grand. I might call it there, guys. I'm absolutely shattered. Nice bit of car chat to finish that one off. I noticed Blake disappeared as soon as we started talking about cars. Nissan TRX. I don't know what that is. G-Snap wants me to feed the Soul Survivor. I'll even get him out of the IBC and put him in a tank just for you, G-Snap.
Jack, get off.
I wonder where... What's he doing? He what?
He humped him.
Humped him? Alright, the dog's humping the baby. Wait, nah, no. Good boy. Alright, me and Cooper are gonna... What, do you want a bottle? I'm gonna go give him a bottle, I think. Oh, nah. Ignore that. It's no bot for like another 45 minutes. Alright. So that's the conclusion from this live stream, that we have to grow out the fish that's in the IBC. There's no guarantees, but there is a chance that I'll pull that fish out and it'll die, because obviously it's not going to be the healthiest fish. I've been throwing cat food in there, so it's probably had a bit of a feed lately. Alright. Is he doing it again? Alright, I better go sort this dog out, by the sounds of it. Peace out, guys.